Hi, everyone. Sean Gilliam here. Welcome to another episode of my podcast, Real Estate on the Front Range. Today, we're going to look at our monthly market update for August, and I'll highlight what mortgage interest rates are doing, as well as what are foreclosures looking like. Are we seeing an increase in those, or are they going down? So stay tuned, and we'll look at all the data. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Real Estate on the Front Range, my podcast where I cover all things real estate here on the Front Range in Northern Colorado. Join me to get market updates, tips, and information on relevant topics to make sure you're fully informed before you buy or sell your next home. This is Sean Gilliam, your host, and I look forward to you joining me on Spotify, Google, Apple, or whatever your favorite podcast is for the latest episodes. All right, welcome back. Well, let's go ahead and start discussing the details. I'm going to take a look at the mortgage rate projections for the rest of the year, as well as the foreclosure rate. And even before I get into that data, I want to talk about housing affordability, because that is a major issue of concern for a lot of buyers, especially the folks that are in that lower tier of our price ranges here along the Front Range. And that would probably be around the 400s. That's about where single family homes start, and even a lot of condos and townhomes. So affordability is a major issue, especially with the higher interest rates. And I know a lot of people say, well, we've had those rates before and even higher in decades past. However, homes were not as expensive as they are now. As we'll see when we get to the market data, the average price of a home in Longmont, for instance, is $733,000. So that wasn't the case. It used to be much lower than that just about 4 or 5 years ago. So that makes it difficult for a lot of people to buy a home. Now, one of the things that they're trying to do, and I know a lot of local municipalities, they're trying to make various changes in zoning or making it easier for people to add accessory dwelling units. That would be putting an apartment above your garage, for instance, those kinds of things, so that you can rent it out to people that want to live and work in the area. And I know from personal experience, when I worked in education early on in my career, that's what I used to do is, find apartments in a basement or above a garage, because as a starving educator, that's all we could afford. So, but we loved what we did, and that worked out fine. And so right now, it's even more difficult for a lot of people that have lower income jobs to find a place to live. So that's one of the things they're doing, is changing zoning in local municipalities, again, making it easier for people to make living spaces for even family members or to rent out to other people. One thing that's come up, the National Association of Home Builders, there was an op-ed just yesterday that came out that talked about manufactured homes. And I'm not talking about like mobile homes or anything like that. These are built according to the International Building Code, but they're built off-site, where when they build it off-site in a factory and bring it to a job or a home site in modules, it actually is cheaper. You save money. There's less scrap material. There's less labor-intensive aspects of the job. And so overall, there's a savings for purchasing a home that's been built in a factory. Again, it's built according to the International Building Code, just like on-site stick-built homes are. You just save some more money, and that might allow builders to put homes on the market that are less expensive than homes that are built right there on site, as we see in most new construction communities. So we'll see what comes of that. I think right now, the one thing that's going to have the best short-term impact on buyers right now is for those mortgage interest rates to come down. Right now, as of today, they are at about 7.37% for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. So still pretty high considering what we're looking at as far as the cost of homes, and it prices a lot of buyers even out of the market at this point. So, but let's go ahead and take a look at what the projections are for mortgage rates. As you'll see here, Fannie Mae is looking at 6.6% for the fourth quarter of 2023. MBA is looking at 5.9%. NAR is guesstimating 6.3%. So if that happens, that will be a huge lift to our housing market. I think as soon as those rates drop below 6%, we're going to see a lot of people get back on the market because their purchasing powers increase, understandably. For first quarter of 2024, similar prediction, 6.4% for Fannie Mae. MBA is looking at 5.7%, and NAR is 6.1%. All more favorable than what we're dealing with right now. And then we can see there in the second quarter and third quarter of 2024, getting into the low sixes and the low 5% range for some of the predictions. So that would be great for the housing market. That would allow people to have more purchasing power and get more home for their money, or even be able to afford a home in the first place. My caution to that is that when that happens, a lot of buyers are probably going to flood the market, and we'll probably see multiple offers. And some of the buyers that are at the lower price points are going to have a difficult time getting an offer accepted. So, my encouragement to you is to be ready and have all your ducks in a row, have your down payment, have a conversation with a lender already, getting pre-approved and knowing what you can afford, and then be ready when those rates come down to purchase a home. Or while competition is relatively low, purchase a home now and then refinance when those rates go down. So there's a couple of options for buyers out there, especially those that are a little cash strapped and might have difficulty affording a house in this market. All right, now let's take a look at those, the foreclosure rate. Right now, it's declining, which is good. It was just under 1.2% back in January of 2022, and it's gradually gotten lower all the way through June of 2023. And so we can see that percentage going down. It was already low to begin with, nothing in comparison to what we saw in 2008. So we haven't seen a whole lot of delinquencies or foreclosures out there. Most people are either able to refinance or get a HELOC and help pay for their loan, or lenders are willing to work with them and make things easier. And so, and then a lot of people refinance when those rates were lower anyway and have a very low monthly payment. So we are seeing some foreclosures. And obviously, regardless of the data, if that's you, you're in that situation where maybe you lost a job or lost a loved one, whatever the case may be, and you're not able to keep up with your mortgage payments. Well, this statistic isn't as meaningful to you, but there is help out there here in Colorado. There's lots of resources that you can access. I can help you with that if you want to reach out to me, if you find yourself, or if you know somebody that's in a situation where they're facing foreclosure. And so there's good options out there to protect your home and your credit rating and all those kinds of things. So don't hesitate to get in touch if you know someone that needs help, or if it's you yourself. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the data for Boulder, Larimer, and Weld counties and see how the market is trending year over year. Let's start with Boulder County. We are comparing this year's data for July of 2023 compared to last year's data, July of 2022. And we're going to start with the new listings. Those are down 14.4%. So 368 new listings for the month of July for Boulder County compared to last year at this time. I think the reason for that is that a lot of would-be sellers are sitting on the sideline because the current home that they have, if they have a mortgage, they likely have a mortgage interest rate of below 4% or even below 3%. And so the prospect of them selling their home and then having to buy a new home, if they have to finance it, they're looking at around 7% for an interest rate, which decreases their purchase power and increases their monthly mortgage payment. So it's causing a lot of buyers pause, or giving them pause and waiting for those interest rates to go down. So I think that's primarily the reason why we see a fairly significant decrease in the number of new listings. The closed sales are at 295. That's up 4.6% from last year at this time, when there was 282 closed sales. Days on market until sale is 47. That's up 30.6% from last year at this time, when it was at 36. And again, that metric is the day from the day it goes on the market until it goes under contract. So we're seeing an increase in that number because homes are sitting on the market longer. Median sales price is $840,000. That's up 1.7% from last year at this time, when it was at $826,000. The average sales price is up 6.4%. It's at almost $1,069,000 compared to last year at this time, when it was at $1,004,000. The percent of list price received is edging down. It's down 1% from last year at this time. So on average, a home sells in Boulder County for 98.7% of the original list price. Last year at this time, it was at 99.7%. The inventory of homes for sale is 623. That's up almost 5% from last year at this time, when it was 594 homes on the market. And as such, the month supply of inventory has gone up. It's at 2.7. And that's up 35% from last year, when it was at 2.0 month supply of inventory. Now let's take a look at Boulder County. Similar trends. New listings are down 16.1%. So for the month of July this year, there's 548 new listings compared to 653 last year at this time. Closed sales is down 17.8%. 378 closed sales for July of this year compared to 460 closed sales for July of 2022. The days on market is going up. It's 50 days on market before a home goes under contract. That's up 28.2% from last year at this time when it was at 39. Median sales price is up 1.6%. It's at just shy of $615,000 compared to last year at this time when it was at $605,000. The average sales price is up 3.1%. It's at $708,000 average sales price compared to $687,000 last year at this time. The percent of list price received is also going down for Larimer County. It's at 99.5%. That is down 1.4% from last year when it was at 100.9%. Inventory of homes for sale is at 878. That's up 8.5% from last year at this time when there was 809 homes on the market for sale for Larimer County. Our month supply of inventory is going up. It's at 2.4. That's up 33.3% compared to last year when it was at 1.8 month supply of inventory. Weld County, new listings is down 27.3%. So there's 544 new listings for July of this year compared to 748 new listings last year. And bear in mind, July, we already started to see the significant decrease in market activity because of those higher interest rates that by May and June, they had already creeped up above 6% and were going higher. And so we saw a significant halt in activity last year at this time. So for the new listings to be 27.3% higher last year compared to this year is pretty significant. The closed sales for July of this year is 389. That's down 17.8% from last year at this time when it was 473. Days on market until sale is 50. That's up 66.7% from last year at this time when it was 30 days on market until sale. Median sales price is $501,000. That's only up 0.2% from last year when it was just over $500,000. The average sales price for a home in Weld County this year is $545,000. That's down 2.5% from this time last year when it was just under $559,000. The percent of list price received for a home in Weld County is 99.6%. That's just down 1.1% from last year at this time when it was at 100.7%. The inventory of homes for sale in Weld County is 899. That's down 7.2% from last year when it was 969. And our month supply of inventory for Weld County is 2.1, and that is up 23.5% from last year when it was at 1.7 month supply of inventory. So that is the data. That is how the market is trending. If you have any questions or if you need help buying or selling a home, don't hesitate to get in touch. I can offer you a free consultation. If you're looking to buy a home, I can help you get connected with local lenders and you can assess if right now is a good time to buy a home or if you should wait a little bit. And then also, if you're looking to sell a home, I can help you determine when is the right time to sell for you and what things you might need to do to your home to get it ready for the market. Buyers are still discerning out there, especially with these higher mortgage interest rates. They do not want to have to move into a home and put in a lot of money to get it up to date. So it pays to update kitchens and bathrooms and fix that those maintenance issues, those deferred maintenance issues. And I can give you some advice on what to do and what you're gonna what will give you the most bang for your buck. So don't hesitate to get in touch. You can reach me here at 970-313-6706 or wait till the end of the video to see my contact info. We'll look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.